Hey everybody, Lauren Goodrich here with an update on the babies and on me. I got a lot of emails last time about your concern about my health, and thank you so much for praying for that. I was sick for about 2.5 weeks because apparently with babies it just takes longer to heal because, babies get primary, which means it's draining my body and it just takes longer. So I'm much better. I'm sure you can hear me much better this time. So that's been good. There have been some questions about my ribs. Some of you have been asking on Facebook because of the coughing and the weight of the babies. I did end up tearing some cartilage in my ribs, which was quite painful. But what I ended up doing was I called my doctor and she was like, well, urgent care can't really do anything for you, so go ahead and talk to your chiropractor. And I have a wonderful, wonderful chiropractor, and it's something God lined up literally years ago. And so we have a great relationship, and I called him, and he was like, get your butt over here. So he was able to squeeze me in the morning, even though he is incredibly full. But he was able to squeeze me in, and he started working around my ribs. And working his magic, and I felt much better afterwards. And I'm of course going to see him weekly so that I can continue to heal, and I feel much better. So sneezing doesn't put me on the floor, coughing doesn't put me on the floor. My ribs are healing nicely. I am also doing my workouts now in the pool. As you know, I was doing weightlifting, which is a great workout for pregnancy. I've been using Les Mills pump. Fantastic for pregnancy. If you have questions on it, ask me. I'm very, very honest about it. But with my rib cartilage being torn, obviously that was not feasible. So I have moved into the pool. Gavin and I live actually across the street from the neighborhood. I'm pointing at it because you can see it. Gavin and I live across the street from the neighborhood pool, which is a blessing. So I'm able to go over there daily and to do, walks and lunges and kicking and all that kind of stuff to make sure to keep up my health and my strength so I can continue to hold these two in because they are getting heavy. Oh my word. But yes, so the pool has helped as well. So let's see here. We went in for another sonogram. And this time was interesting because now they're checking for some different stuff. Now they're also checking for, what do they call it? Practice breathing, where they, see the baby's tummy inflate and whatnot to make sure that they're getting ready to suck down air whenever they come out. And this time they weren't practice breathing. So it turns out they're morning breathers. Because all the other times we've gone in, they've seen the practice breathing, but those were at 8 a.m. And we had, I think it was a 10 o'clock appointment this week, and they weren't doing their practice breathing. And so when that happens, they take you to another room. It's called a non-stress test. And they hooked up all these little dilly-bobs on me, like different sensors. And when they do that, you literally just sit there for 20 minutes, and they just pay attention to all the baby's vitals. And I'm sure there's some fancy way that within that 20 minutes, if the babies took a practice breath, they can be like, oh, there it is. I'm not proficient on that type of thing. But, we had that. It was perfectly fine. They are about 3.5 pounds apiece now. Joshua is still smaller. P.S. Their names are Joshua and Asher. I've had a lot of questions about that. That is what we've decided to name them. Please don't ask about middle names because we have no idea. But baby B, Joshua, is still smaller. So when we went in, he was 2.11 pounds, and it's been a week since then. So they're heavier now. And then Asher was 3.2 pounds. So Joshua is still smaller, but he's definitely doing better, which is fantastic. He still has the little calcium deposits in his tummy, but again, the doctor said that those could be absolutely meaningless. Let's see here. What else was going on? About 3 weeks ago, we did talk about one of them had some fluid in his brain. That was Joshua. That is completely normal now. So that's gone back to normal. The doctor is not concerned about that at all. So that's fantastic. And it was really, really cool to, we were just sitting, we were talking with the doctor, and he kind of sat down and he just looked at us and he was like, we're at 30 weeks. And Gavin and I were like, yeah. And he was amazed. And to be honest, Gavin and I are as well. Like, it's flooring to think about, you know, at first we were told that we would only have one child. And then, you know, it continued to, well, they're still both in a lot of danger, and I'm probably going to have to take them out at like 24 weeks, which is, you know, this and this and this and this. And now we're sitting at 30 weeks. And the doctor expects me to go further. He's talking about 34 weeks. And he said with the way the babies are growing, he was like, I may not let you go past 34 weeks because they might be too big. Which, okay. But 30 weeks, I mean, can you believe that? That's just, God is so good. He's so good in that they were in so much danger, and our family, and you guys are a part of our family, have taken this journey with us and prayed with us, and now they're 30 weeks. 30 weeks! I still, it just blows my mind, and just, it's completely insane that we are at 30 weeks. So being able to sit with the doctor and for him to go, I cannot believe that y'all have made it to 30 weeks. And we're going, yeah, like, prayer is awesome. And just God is good. And there's purpose in this. And there's been purpose to this entire journey. And it's been such a blessing to take this journey with y'all. And of course, you know, I'm going to do more updates as the babies get closer, but the doctor did say 34 weeks is about when he's thinking he's either going to induce, or depending on the baby's positions, he'll do a C-section. Because if they're bunk bed style, then he has to do a C-section, or if they're both head up, he has to do a C-section. So they either need to be Asher needs to either be head down and Joshua needs to be head up, or they both need to be head down. And with every sonogram, they've been in a different position every time, so we have no idea. But they are thinking 34 weeks, which puts us around July 6th. Mind you, he did say have an overnight bag ready because, you know, I could say next week. We were just like, okay, so we might have children in a week. That's cool. What? The preparation has been quite interesting as Gavin and I are getting closer and closer. I mean, we have no idea what we're doing. We're first-time parents, but this is going to be really cool, and we're going to take this one step at a time and let God just take the reins and yeah, one day at a time. That's pretty much how we're going to do it. Moving forward, a lot of you have emailed me and asked me about baby registry, which, to be honest, completely floored me. Thank you for asking about that. If you truly do want to be a part of that, there's a link at the bottom of the screen that will give you access to Gavin and I's baby registry, and please feel no obligation at all, but I have been getting quite a few emails about that. So it's there. If you want to do anything, you certainly do not have to. Your prayers have been invaluable, and you walking with us has been incredible. But folks have asked, so here's the link. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any other updates on the babies. I think that's about it. I'm loving that the last couple of times the doctor's gone, okay, healthy babies. Today was a good day. And that's happened 3 weeks in a row now, which is stellar. And again, still can't believe it. 30 weeks. We are at 30 weeks. 30 weeks. The babies are good. I'm healthy. I'm having to modify some things, but that's perfectly normal. They're getting really heavy. There's like 8 pounds of baby in there now. but yeah, it's been amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was the biggest thing that God put on our hearts this week to share with y'all, is just gratitude of how grateful we are for you guys, how grateful we are that God has put you in our lives to pray with us, to take this journey with us, and that through all of this, these little ones have already started a ministry, and that's amazing. And we're at 30 weeks. 30 weeks. And he thought we were going to lose them both. And then he was like, oh, you're going to have one. And then it's, I don't know what happened. The issue is gone. And like, 30 weeks. I'm a broken record, I apologize. But it's just mind-numbing that it's 30 weeks. So know that thank you for surrounding us and for loving us and for praying for us, for praying for the babies, for praying for Dr. S. Please continue to do so and pray for his heart and his mind, and also pray for, we'll call her Dr. O for OBGYN, because she will be the one delivering the babies, and that, you know, that they're strong and sound of mind whenever it's time for the babies to arrive, and that kind of a thing. So thank you so much. We will keep praying for y'all, of course, and for your hearts. And I will, of course, update you, and we will see you when these babies come. Y'all have a great day. Bye.